Why is Trump treating Bitcoin like nuclear codes? Why is the US government secretly the world's biggest crypto whale? And why does saving the dollar depend on the tech built to destroy it? This isn't a gamble, it's a hostile takeover. Today, how the US empire just hired a digital bodyguard. And welcome to Punchline Presents. I'm your friend who turns boring facts into punchlines. Let's rewind. For years, the vibe in Washington was simple. Destroy crypto. The financial police, SEC, was suing everyone. They treated crypto exchanges like illegal casinos run by teenagers. They claimed digital assets were just tools for money laundering, drug deals, and tax-dodging rebels. It was regulation by enforcement. Basically, they punch you in the face and then tell you it was against the rules to stand there. But then, 2025 hits. Donald Trump strides back into the White House, and suddenly, screech! We're talking about a 180-degree U-turn. The president signs an executive order that basically says, "We love crypto now." The financial police are told to chill out. The US Treasury OCC starts letting banks hold Bitcoin like it's gold bars. Why the sudden change of heart? Did they finally get the technology? Did they see the light?
No.
Think of it like the 16th century. The British Empire hated pirates.
Pirates were thieves, scum.
Until the Spanish Navy got too strong. Queen Elizabeth realized she couldn't beat them alone, so she said,
Hey, Jack Sparrow, here's a badge. You work for me now.
They called them privateers. Today, the US is doing the exact same thing. They aren't banning the digital pirates anymore, they are handing them a badge and a gun. This isn't just a policy shift, it's a Hail Mary. Because behind the curtain, the US empire has a hole in its pocket the size of a black hole. They don't just need the pirates to stop fighting, they need the pirates to fund the war. Here is the dirty secret. The United States has a $35 trillion problem. That debt pile is growing faster than a bacterial colony on a warm petri dish. For decades, we just sold that debt to our friends. Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, they bought US Treasury bonds like they were limited edition sneakers. But now, the usual suspects are ghosting us. China is selling, Japan is selling, even the dollar haters BRICS are trying to start their own club so they don't have to touch dollars anymore. Picture this, Uncle Sam's sweating, holding a heavy bag marked debt.
Hey China, want some more bonds? Freshly printed.
No thanks, I'm good.
Japan, buddy, old pal.
The protection fee is getting higher every year.
Who's gonna buy this stuff? If nobody buys this, my credit card gets declined and the whole empire implodes.
The US desperately needs a new buyer, a super buyer, someone who doesn't care about politics, someone who is hungry for dollars, and someone who has no choice. And guess what? They found one. It was hiding in your digital wallet all along. Enter the stablecoin. They aren't just tokens for trading memes, they are the world's newest, hungriest, and most loyal buyers of US government debt. To most people, a stablecoin like USDT or USDC is just a boring token worth $1. But to the US government, it's a weapon. The new Genius Act passed in July is the instruction manual for this weapon. It forces stablecoin issuers to back their tokens one-to-one with so-called high-quality liquid assets.
And what is the highest quality liquid asset in the world? Ding, ding, ding! US Treasury bonds.
It functions like a global financial vacuum cleaner. When a trader in Korea or a developer in Nigeria buys a stablecoin to protect their savings, they think they are escaping the system. But actually, they are buying US debt. They are funding the very empire they thought they were leaving. It's the ultimate irony. The decentralization revolution is being used to centralize the dollar's power like never before.
Sir, should we build a Fed coin? It will take 5 years and everyone will hate it because it looks like surveillance.
Nah, let the private companies do it. They do all the work, take all the risk, and they still have to buy our debt.
That's diabolical. I love it.
Stablecoins are the Trojan Horse. They look like shiny new tech, but inside, they are packed with old school US debt. But this isn't just about selling bonds. It's about going where the banks can't go. We used to rely on banks to spread the dollar, but banks are slow. They have hours, they have forms, they have compliance officers named Karen. Crypto never sleeps. By weaponizing stablecoins, the US has launched thousands of digital satellites into the global economy. These tokens can penetrate borders that traditional banks can't cross. They circulate in shadow economies, in sanctioned regions, in the internet underground, and every single one of them extends the reach of the US dollar. The dollar haters thought they could escape the dollar by using blockchain. They wanted to build a wall to keep the dollar out. Instead, they accidentally built the highway that lets the dollar in. The US pulled a massive Uno reverse card. By regulating and backing these stablecoins, Washington ensures that even the decentralized web runs on greenbacks. The US isn't fighting the future, they're weaponizing it. It's not a weaker dollar, it's the dollar with a digital exoskeleton. So, we have the debt buyers, we have the global reach. But the US government isn't stupid. They know you can't just let a bunch of tech bros in hoodies run the financial system forever. It's time for the adults to enter the room. Remember the financial police we talked about earlier? They didn't just stop hitting people, they started clearing the dance floor for the VIPs.
They repealed SAB 121.
A boring accounting rule that basically stopped big banks from holding crypto. Now that it's gone, the floodgates are open. BlackRock, JP Morgan, Fidelity, they are all rushing in. We are seeing a massive transfer of power. The Wild West days of code is law are ending. The era of compliance is law is beginning. The government is basically saying,
We will allow crypto to exist, but only if our banks hold the keys.
they are cleaning up the industry, kicking out the bad act, and handing the keys to the institutions they control. It's a hostile takeover disguised as adoption. By bringing Wall Street to heel, the government has ensured that the blockchain isn't a weapon against the system, it is the new system. The state and the street have merged. The soul of the dollar is moving from paper into the machine, but controlling the flow of money wasn't enough. To truly win the game, the US decided they needed to own the board itself. And that brings us to the craziest part of the plan. What backs the dollar? Faith. Aircraft carriers? Taxpayers. Sure, but in a digital world, you need a digital anchor. President Trump's executive order established the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Yes,
The United States government is haddling.
they are taking all the Bitcoin they seized from hackers, drug dealers, and scammers, and instead of selling it, they are locking it in a vault. Why? Imagine the US government as a degen gambler.
Wait, you're using our tax money to buy magic internet money that crashes 30% because Elon Musk tweeted a meme?
It's not a gamble if I own the casino, kid. Keep your eyes on the screen.
But strategically, it makes sense. It's the 21st century version of Fort Knox. If Bitcoin is digital gold, then the country with the most Bitcoin makes the rules. By hoarding supply, the US ensures that no other superpower, not China, not Russia, can dominate the network. They are turning Bitcoin from a threat into a strategic asset, a digital nuclear weapon of finance. So, what does this all mean for you? We started this video asking if crypto is the US government's last step to save the dollar. The answer is yes, but not in the way you thought. They aren't replacing the dollar, they are upgrading it. They recruited the pirates, they weaponized the stablecoins to sop up the excess debt, they sent in Wall Street to take over the management, and now they are hoarding the supply of Bitcoin itself. The dollar isn't dying, it's evolving into a cyborg. We aren't witnessing the fall of an empire.
We are watching it upload its consciousness to the blockchain.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button so the algorithm knows you are the friend from Punchline Presents. See you in the next one.